Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news. All right, folks, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you is potentially one of the most seismic shifts in the NFC East in recent memory. Rumors are swirling around one of the most explosive young wide receivers in the league, Chris Olave, and the possibility of him ending up in blue and white. That's right, there's talk of the New York Giants making a bold move to bring Olave to the Meadowlands, and if it happens, it could change the trajectory of this team for years to come. Now, I know this sounds like a blockbuster trade rumor out of nowhere, but the whispers are gaining traction, and given the Giants' current offensive struggles and the Saints' cap situation, it's a scenario worth examining thoroughly. To give you a quick rundown, the Saints are currently sitting at 5'9", and their cap space in 2026 is tight, around $10 million according to SpotTrack. With that kind of cap crunch, the Saints are in a position where they might be forced to make some tough decisions. Rumor has it that they could be looking to move Olave, a player who has shown flashes of brilliance in his young career, in exchange for a first-round pick. The idea here is that the Saints could be trying to free up around $9 million in cap space, which they could then reinvest into rebuilding their roster, especially along the offensive line and elsewhere. Now, Olave is just 25 years old, but he's already established himself as one of the league's most dangerous deep threats. In 2025, he put up over 298 receiving yards, caught 12 touchdowns, and recorded 88 receptions, averaging an impressive 14.8 yards per catch. His PFF grade of 89, 3 and EPA per target of plus 0.35 highlight how efficient and impactful he's been when targeted. Plus, his yards after catch total of 642 yards and a deep target rate of 44% make him a nightmare for defenses, especially when he's running routes downfield. His separation rate of 3.5 yards according to Next Gen Stats shows how reliably he can get open, even against tight coverage, and his contested catch rate of 58% proves he's not just a speedster, but also someone who can make those clutch plays in tight coverage. When you look at Olave's career stats so far, it's pretty remarkable. Over his young career, he's amassed more than 500 yards receiving and scored 28 touchdowns in just a handful of seasons. He's been selected to 2 Pro Bowls already, which speaks volumes about his talent and recognition league-wide. Despite a shoulder injury that caused him to miss 2 games this year, Olave still averaged over 92 yards per game, and his route win rate of 72% shows how often he's winning his matchups. Think of him as a lightning-fast, elusive receiver who can cut through secondary coverage with ease, reminding many fans of Tyreek Hill during his time in Miami in 2022. Olave's game is all about speed, agility, and making plays downfield, which makes him a perfect fit for a Giants offense desperately looking to inject some explosive firepower. However, the Saints are not exactly in a strong position right now. Their offense ranks around 20th in the league, averaging just 22 points per game, and they're losing their alpha target in Olave, which makes their passing yards dip by about 24%. Their Super Bowl odds have plummeted from plus 3,500 to around plus 10,000, reflecting how much their chances have diminished with their current roster and quarterback situation. Additionally, they're still trying to patch holes on the offensive line, which is ranked PFF 60. 2 in pass blocking, a real weakness that could be exploited. And let's face it, the Saints' offense has been hampered by Derek Carr's aging arm and inconsistent play, making them a team that might be better off rebuilding rather than trying to chase a playoff spot this season. So here's where the Giants come into the picture. Imagine Olave lining up in the blue and white. Imagine Daniel Jones, who's been juggling inconsistent play and injury concerns, finally getting a true game-changer like Olave to work with. The potential is huge. With Neighbors out for the season due to an ankle injury, Olave could step right into that role, providing a much-needed deep threat, a reliable target for Jones, and an instant boost for an offense that's desperately searching for explosive plays. His presence would elevate the Giants' passing game from a modest 185 yards per game to over 255 yards, making them much more dangerous on third down and in the red zone. Olive's ability to stretch the field would open up more opportunities for Wan'Dale Robinson and other receivers, creating mismatches that defenses simply can't handle. Statistically, Olive's yards per route run, at 2.6, outpaces Wan'Dale Robinson's 1.8, which suggests he can generate a lot more offense in the same opportunities. If he were to be integrated into the Giants' offense, projections indicate he could surpass 200 yards through the air, adding around 16% more touchdowns in the red zone. His reduced drops rate from 5.2% down to around 2% would also mean more catches and more points on the board. And with a somewhat uncertain situation at quarterback, Daniel Jones' QBR of 78.4, Olive's elite route running and playmaking ability could be the perfect antidote, providing that mismatch and separation that turn quick passes into big gains. And let's not forget the bigger picture here. The Giants' defense, which has struggled this season, allowing around 28 points per game, could benefit from extended offensive drives. With Olive on the field, the Giants could control the clock better, extending possessions by 5 more minutes per game, which helps mitigate the impact of turnovers and keeps their defense fresh. This strategic upgrade could be the difference maker in tight games and crucial matchups down the stretch. Looking ahead, the potential trade has ripple effects beyond just this season. If Olive arrives in New York, it could boost the Giants' Super Bowl odds significantly, from plus 50-0, which is an almost impossible long shot, to around plus 12-0, making them a legitimate contender in the NFC. That's a jump of 21%, and it reflects how much a player like Olive can influence a team's championship window. In matchups against division rivals like the Cowboys, his speed and route running could be the X factor that helps the Giants pull off unexpected wins. It's a bold move, but one that could cement the Giants' place as serious contenders in the NFC for years to come. Now, there's still a lot to consider. The Saints' willingness to part with Olive, the Giants' cap space, and how quickly they can integrate him into their offense are all factors. But if the Giants manage to swing this trade, it would be a statement to the league. They're not just building for the future, they're ready to make a splash now. A weapon like Olive could transform their aerial attack, giving Daniel Jones the deep threat he's been missing and turning the Meadowlands into a nightmare for opposing secondaries. It's about creating an offense that can strike from anywhere on the field, keeping defenses guessing and opening up options in every phase of the game. In the end, this potential move isn't just about acquiring a talented receiver. It's about signaling a shift in the Giants' identity. They're aiming to be more explosive, more dynamic, and more unpredictable. Olive's addition could be the catalyst that pushes this team over the top into the playoffs and hopefully into another Super Bowl run. Imagine the scenes at MetLife Stadium, passes flying through the air, Olive making those acrobatic catches, and the Giants fans roaring with excitement. That's the kind of future this move could bring if it comes to fruition. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest New York Giants news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, New York Giants fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential Olive trade? Do you think it's a move that could propel the Giants into serious Super Bowl contention? Or is it too risky, given the Saints' cap issues and the uncertainties around Carr and the rest of their roster? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion really matters to us and to the Giants. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest New York Giants news. This is a team on the rise, and with a move like this, who knows how high they could soar. Keep the faith, Giants Nation. The best is yet to come.